afternoon, depending on when this video finds you. Coming into an easy seated meditation pose on your yoga mat. We're just going to do a few rounds of breath to really ground ourselves into today's practice. So maybe the left leg is closer to your hips and the right leg is in front of your left leg rather than crisscrossing. We want that pranayama blood flow and energy to flow through our body, through our legs and everything. Straightening out our spine. Maybe your hands come into a Nujra pose, a Mudra pose. Either receiving the energy, more energy from the universe, or receiving that grounding energy from the Mother Earth. Taking a deep inhale in, rolling those shoulders back, bringing them close to the ear, starting to close your eyes, and then bringing your shoulders back so that they come to hug each other, and exhaling, letting it go. We'll do that again. Inhaling through the nose, receiving that energy through your body. Exhaling, letting it go. Maybe starting to incorporate your Ujjayi yoga breath. Taking one more round of breath, inhaling in through the nose, repeating to yourself, full and complete, holding it for just a moment at the top, full and complete, and exhaling, letting it out. On the next inhale, join me for one round of Om, the sound of the universe. Inhaling through the nose. Breathing normal now at your own pace, just feeling every cell through your body, noticing how you feel, and practicing some mindfulness. Raising your palms to come to touch in front of your heart, coming into prayer pose, and releasing the forehead down to your fingers, coming into a namaste. Namaste. The first thing that we're going to do, we're going to come into a tabletop position to massage out our spine. So the knees come below our hips, wrists are below our shoulders. Taking a deep inhale in, belly button comes closer to the mat, heart comes to the ceiling. Exhaling and coming into a cat. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, looking down. Massaging out that spine. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, letting it out. Two more times. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, looking at the belly button. Doing it one more time. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, looking down. On the next inhale, straightening out that spine. And on that exhale, bringing your toes onto the mat, raising our hips to the ceiling, coming into your first downward facing dog. Maybe bringing your palms just a palm distance, a little bit more in front of you, just closer to that mat. Palms and wrists are about hip width apart from each other, or shoulder width apart from each other, and feet are about hip width apart from each other. Just taking a few breaths here. We'll walk out that dog, opening up those shoulders. To get the most out of your downward facing dog, your gaze comes to the belly button, or as close as it can. Walking up that dog, remembering to breathe here. Remember to be kind to your body and always be grateful for what it can do today. Taking a deep inhale in, looking front to the front of your mat, stepping, hopping, or jumping to the front of the mat, coming into halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, straightening out that spine into a 90-degree angle, and exhaling, swan, diving down into a forward bend. If you would like to come into a ragdoll here, maybe you grab onto both elbows, swaying from left to right, just coming into a ragdoll, releasing any neck tension you have in your neck. Swaying your head from left to right, maybe releasing a little bit more of attention. Taking a deep inhale in, we're going to bend our knees as if we were going to sit into a chair right behind us, straightening out that spine, bringing your Mula Bandha, your belly in, raising the palms above you, coming into a seated Utkatasana, just a regular Utkatasana chair pose, as if we were sitting down. Gaze comes to the fingertips above your head, and raising your palms up a little bit taller, and coming into an Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Exhale, bringing our shoulders back and our elbows back, coming into cactus, opening up that heart center. Exhale, releasing our palms into Tadasana, mountain pose. Straightening out our spine, holding our shoulders back, and keeping every muscle engaged. Taking a deep inhale in, raising the palms up to Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Exhale, coming into a forward bend. Inhale halfway up as we prepare, and exhale, hopping back or walking back into plank pose, preparing. Taking a deep inhale in, on the exhale, releasing into a Chaturanga Dandasana. Modified is okay. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, coming into downward facing dog here. Walking out your dog for just 3 breaths here. And just waking up that body for a moment. And then on the next inhale, slightly bringing that left foot into the center and lifting that right leg up into a 3-legged dog, keeping your hips level, and then stacking your hips, coming into a fire hydrant dog pose, just opening up that hip. Taking a deep inhale in, straightening out that right leg, and then we'll step forward with that right leg out in front of us. Left foot Left heel comes into a 45-degree angle. Raising our palms up, coming into warrior one on the right side of our body, straightening out those hips so that they're in a parallel line with the front of the mat. Taking a deep inhale in, straightening out that right leg. Just taking a moment here, leaning with our belly button, coming into a pyramid pose. So just slightly going down with that belly button. When your belly button can't reach anymore, you can see if you can start to release your forehead down to your knee. Taking a deep inhale in, straightening out that spine. Exhale and bending that knee, that left knee down onto the mat, bending your right knee. Arms come up into an Anjaneyasana, low lunge pose. Taking a deep inhale in, stretching. Exhale, releasing your right foot and kicking back that right leg, coming into a plank pose and taking a deep inhale as we prepare. Exhale, coming into your chaturanga. Modified is okay. Taking an inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog here. Just taking about 3 breaths here before we move on and do the left side. Taking a deep inhale in, bringing your right leg to center and lifting that left leg up into a 3-legged dog. Maybe stacking up your hips if you did it on the other side. So stacking those hips, bending that right leg, that left leg, coming into a fire hydrant. Taking a deep inhale in, straightening out that left leg, stepping forward with that right leg out or that left leg out in front of you. Slightly turning that right foot into a 45-degree angle. Arms come up into a warrior one on the left side of the body. Taking a deep inhale in, straightening out that left leg, and then slowly with your exhale starting to bring your belly button down, keeping your muscles engaged, coming into a pyramid pose. And when your belly button can't reach anymore, maybe your forehead come down to your knee. Taking a deep inhale in, bending that left leg, and then bringing that right knee down to the mat, raising the palms up to the ceiling, coming into an Anjaneyasana, low lunge on the left side of the body. Taking a deep inhale in, stretching up just a little bit more. Exhale, framing that left foot, and we'll kick that left leg back behind us to meet with that right one. Crossing our feet and coming into a seated pose. Bringing our legs out in front of us. Maybe just massaging out that legs for a moment. Going back and forth between raising the legs, massaging out those legs. Taking a deep inhale in, raising the palms up to the ceiling. We're going to do a little bit more of a hip opener, but just a gentle one before we work on a little bit of a core. Raising those palms up above you. Exhale, bringing that belly button down. And when your belly button can't reach anymore, then we'll start to wrap our hands around our feet If you can't reach the feet, maybe the shins, maybe the thighs, wherever you are today. As far as the belly button can go, once the belly button can't reach anymore, bringing the forehead down to your knees or as close as they can go. And then on the next inhale, slowly starting to inch your fingers, your hands, inch by inch, coming back up into a straight pose. And then bringing our feet close to our hips, maybe giving yourself a quick hug here. And before we prepare to do some core work. Placing our palms down onto the sides of our body, and then lifting our feet up into a 90-degree angle, keeping our spine straight here, just coming into a modified boat pose, keeping every muscle engaged here. And if you would like to, maybe straighten out your legs here, coming into a full boat pose. This is a core strengthener. Inhale, exhale, releasing your feet down onto the mat, maybe windshield wipering your legs. Taking a deep inhale in, extending those legs out in front of you. Keeping our palms down onto the mat to the sides of our body. And the fingertips are pointed towards our toes, taking a deep inhale in, opening up that heart center. Chin comes up to the ceiling. Repeating to yourself, I am open. Taking a deep inhale in, and on your exhale, releasing your back down onto the mat. Coming into a happy baby here. So the two peace fingers wrap around your big toes, swaying from left to right, coming into happy baby. And then making any last movements that you would like to make, extending your legs out to the outer edges of the mat, and your arms and your hands to the outer edges of the mat, relaxing into Shavasana, laying down pose, allowing your eyes and your body to get completely heavy now. And then with your eyes still closed, starting to roll over to the right side of your body, giving yourself a big hug, thanking your body for bringing you through this practice today, and anything else that you would like to be thankful for. And with your eyes still closed, slowly starting to come up and out of it, back into a meditation easy pose. Straightening out that spine. Just taking a moment to pay attention to how your body feels. taking a deep inhale in through the nose. Join me for one round of Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your palms to come to touch in prayer pose in front of you. Bowing your forehead down to your fingers. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your day.